What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pace Studios here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We are joined by a very large band today. This is Loose Cattle, and they are not loose right now. They're all contained safely within our Midtown studio. Guys, thank you so much for coming and playing for us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So these guys have a new record out. Just came out beginning in December. It's a holiday record. It's called Seasonal Affective Disorder. So not your average hymnals and jingle bells.
It's our version of hymnals and jingle bells.
Right.
It's just
Totally.
darker.
A little darker, right, which is why we like it so much. Guys, I think one of the songs you're going to play today is from that record. You're going to do a couple others from in the back catalog. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to start off with today.
We're going to start off with St. James Infirmary. We're kind of like split between New York and New Orleans. I live in New Orleans full time, and Michael lives there whenever he's not on Broadway. So this is it's really just like a nod to New Orleans, but also an excuse to show off the other musicians in the band because they're great.
Cool.
I was down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cool, so pale. It was down by old Joe's ballroom on the corner of the square. They were serving drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm curious about this band, Loose Cattle. I think it was started by Michael on my left and Kimberly on my right.
Yeah.
So Michael, people know you from the Broadway stage and from television. Kimberly, you were, I think, a singer for going back years, right? In ska bands.
Yeah, I played
And-
trumpet in
and you
ska
played
bands for
trumpet?
years. Yeah.
So I was reading a little bit about the band, and I think what I was reading about was the holiday element of it. Like you would record a song each year.
Yeah.
For friends and family. Was that the launch of the band in general? Was that just the launch of sort of the Christmas element of it?
Well, those two things kind of came pretty close together. We started the band kind of in late summer, I think in 2011 or so.
Yeah.
And by the time Christmas came around, we sort of wanted to just kind of gather together and sort of see each other again before the holidays. And we thought, oh, well, it'd be really fun. I always love Christmas music and Christmas singles and special holiday stuff. So
And I hate them. Truly, I hate them.
Kim feels exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
So I strong-armed her into agreeing to record something, and we just thought it'll be fun. We'll just get together. We'll learn a song in the morning, record it in the afternoon, mix it later that afternoon, and send it out late at night.
Yeah.
And I think the first time was like on the 23rd or 24th or something.
So when people are typically doing their Christmas shopping.
Yeah, we were just avoiding that even
Right.
longer, and,
Yeah.
and then just sort of putting it up, as our little Christmas card to the world. And we had so much fun doing that. It became a tradition every year. And after a while, we sort of had enough and thought, well, we should collect all those and then record a whole bunch more and make a record. So that's what we did.
Yeah, and this record, which just came out in early December, Seasonal Affective Disorder. These are songs that are a little offbeat. They're not the traditional Christmas songs.
Yeah.
That was always part of the plan, I would imagine. Those kinds of, is that where you guys sort of come together and?
Yeah. We are our sort of like halfway point of Michael like loving tradition and Christmas and me being like, I don't know about this. Is
Yeah.
These sort of like left of center or right of center, Christmas songs. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones we've been choosing for a long time were like, if we make it through December and Pretty Paper and Merry Christmas in the Family, Robert Earl Keen songs.
Yeah.
So it's, those were the ones that we gravitated towards naturally anyway. And then when it came time to write one, we thought, because it's not just that, Kim talks a lot about hating Christmas. It's just that the holidays are hard for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we've liked songs that kind of acknowledge that and still kind of inject some hope and some light there by
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah, the Christmas blues are a real thing. Robert Earl Keen was actually just here last week
Was
and
he?
played Merry Christmas from the Family for us. And we talked a lot about how in Houston, where he's from, Christmas does not look like what it's supposed to look like when you
Right.
live up in New York or lots of places where it's snowing and Santa's there. And
Yeah. Well, and that's part of it too. Is like if you're not blissfully, insanely happy, you feel like there's something wrong with you because everything you see on TV and everything, every time you walk into, to buy aspirin, there's like
yeah,
jolly
there's reindeer
elves
and
around.
singing snowmen and living down in New Orleans. Like Christmas doesn't look like that
Yeah,
for us
right.
at all. So
yeah, cool. So I think this next song you're going to do for us, is this one off the record or is it, I can't remember, is it the third one? Yeah, it is
Yeah,
this one. So tell me a
yeah.
little bit about this song.
this we wanted to write an original, and we wanted to have a Christmas song that like wasn't too much of a Christmas song or was our kind of Christmas song. So just sort of like bringing that exactly what we talked about. Like it's kind of a tough time of year, but like there's some glimmers, there's some real good stuff in it too, and trying to marry that together, like his feels and my feels. It's this song.
Yeah.
But I think too, like we've always loved songs that talked about real things, and "Merry Christmas from the Family" is one of my favorite Christmas songs, and this is not miles away from that kind of thing, and just finding. It turns out it's really hard. In fact, the original title for this song was "It's Hard to Write a Christmas Song," because you realize it is tough. The best ones say things so simply and have just the right details that kind of tell you everything in the simplest terms. And so we worked a lot trying to refine it down to that.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Christmas, your favorite time of year. They tell you count your blessings and remember why we're here. But you counted all you could, couldn't fill one hand. 'Cause your bonus was just bogus, 'cause your boss is still a dick. That doctor gave you pills, so now your number's just still sick. And you work the night till morning for enough to still not pay the rent. There's no wise man on the TV, no light in the east, no shepherds in a parking lot. There's only fallen angels trying to live in peace. Sometimes it's hard to sing a Christmas song. Your family's seeking shelter, there's no room in your inn. Judging how they voted, you're not sure how they're your kin. Grab the bottle of Ebenezer, pour yourself a silent night. 'Cause it's noisy from the pulpit, it's louder from the news. The banks and politicians sure ain't filling Santa's shoes. And the ghost of Christmas present, well, it's sitting in the past tonight. There's no wise man in the White House, no light in the east, no shepherds in this parking lot. There's only fallen angels trying to be released. Sometimes it's hard to sing a Christmas song. They tell you that it's Christmas, you put away the year. The ones you miss feel distant, and the ones you lost feel near. There's broken choirs singing, but their harmony is hard to hear. Maybe you can be the wise one, in love where there's a need, for shepherds in a parking lot. Maybe fallen angels don't have to quite believe. Sometimes we can sing this Christmas song. Merry Christmas.
Guys, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great song. It has that sort of off-kilter sensibility, but still very sweet, and not like a rude punk song, for example.
Exactly.
I think that's some of your background a little bit. Where do you guys sort of, in terms of just musically, apart from the holiday stuff, just sort of aesthetically? I know Kimberly, you were in the ska scene for a while. Michael, I think you kind of have a bit of a punk music
I played
story?
with Bob Mould for his Last Dogs and Ponies tour in '98, which was living a dream for me. I'd been a fan for years and got to know him, and he invited me to come out and play with him, and that was amazing. And
so where do you guys meet at country music?
well, I mean, I grew up in West Virginia. Kim's from southern New Jersey, so I think we gravitated toward. I sort of when I was a kid, the last thing I wanted to do was listen to the music that was all around me growing up. And
Yeah.
I wanted to listen to rock and roll and punk and British stuff. And but as I've gotten older, I've kind of come back to it. And we both have a love of stories and narrative. Kim's a writer.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I started as a journalist for like 15 years, and so narrative,
Yeah.
that really appeals to me. And I mistakenly, coming up in we're punk, we're over it. I thought I hated country music, and it turned out I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
I love narrative, I love storytelling, and Michael was actually once you get over yourself, there's some great stories in this whole repertoire. And I was like, oh. Okay.
And there is a history of these two musics, of country and punk music, sort of sharing a lane.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Yeah.
It has happened throughout the years.
Three chords
Yeah.
and the truth.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
It applies both, whether it's loud or not. you
Yeah.
know. Hank Williams was, kind of a punk singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Minutemen really
and Joe
just needed a
Strummer was
fiddler.
almost sort of a country singer.
Yeah, and like John Doe and Exene is kind of like one of our models, and they definitely have had feet in both worlds like that. So yeah, so it actually just makes it sort of naturally came out of our looking for stuff to do together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So I think the last song you're gonna do for us today is off a record you guys made called North of Houston or Houston,
Well,
either.
Depending on where
depends
you're
on
from.
where. Yeah, it depends.
It
on
could
what
be
your
either.
zip code is. It
Oh,
could be
that's
either.
cool. That's good.
Yeah.
So this song, tell me a little bit about this song and that record.
This is a song that I wrote. When I started living down, part time in New Orleans, I got really fascinated by Cajun culture and the whole story of the Acadians and their long, sorrowful journey from Nova Scotia down to finding their way down to New Orleans and then into the Breaux Bridge, Lafayette area. So there's this Longfellow poem, Evangeline, that's the story of Gabriel and Evangeline, and so I just sort of tried to set that to music. It's not a Cajun song, but it's the Cajun story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And now I have a dog named Evangeline, so.
Was the song that murmured from the Northland in the evergreen Acadian pines, and it echoed down the Appalachians, tale of sweet Evangeline, how the home she knew was turned to hard times. They set her heart upon the ocean that found its way to southern land, singing Evie, leave the light on, he'll be coming back sometime. Evie, leave the light on, sweet Evangeline.
might still remember when he'd whisper in the dark to her.
Leave the light on. I'll be back to make you mine. Leave the light on. My Evangeline. Oh, my darling, I have loved you always. I have waited for you all my days. I have found you once, lost you ever. But my heart can only turn your way. But where can you be, my barefoot angel? But what comfort could another be? If you ever are again returning, then I promise I will marry you. Leave the light on, burning for this heart of mine. Leave the light on, sweet Evangeline.
And her life will glide on like a river, darkened by the shadows of the earth, still reflecting all the stars in heaven, never asking what it all was worth.
When she died, she was the Mississippi, and the Chaffet Island was his name. Now they flow down through Louisiana, aching for each other across the plain. Leave the light on. I'll be back to make you mine. Leave the light on, sweet Evangeline. Leave the light on, burning for this heart of mine. Lover, leave the light on, Evangeline.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
So this, everybody, is Loose Cattle.
Yeah.
And they have a new record out, just came out on December 1st. It's called Seasonal Affective Disorder. It is a collection of Christmas songs that are not your average traditional Christmas songs, and we're happy for that. So you guys can check out everything on, I think it's loosecattleband.com. Is that right?
That's
I wrote
right,
this
yeah.
down and then I lost it. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that's right.
Loosecattleband.com.
Exactly.
And you can
Otherwise,
find
you get lots of like police reports about actual
Actual
loose
loose cattle.
That's not us.
See, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Is
We're not
loosecattle.com
terrorizing.
like where you go to report actual loose cattle?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check that out now. So everyone go there. Loosecattleband.com. You can hear music, watch videos, and definitely pick up Seasonal Affective Disorder. Check these guys out for your Christmas songs that are not the Christmas songs that you need to hear for the millionth time.
You can listen all year long.
That's right, and you can listen all year long. So, guys, thank you so much for coming to Paste and playing in our studio for us today. It was a great pleasure. And please come back and play for us again anytime, all right?
We'd love to.
Thanks,
it was a
y'all.
real pleasure to be here. Real
All right.
honor.
Thanks, guys.